episode 4 of Snack Time. Welcome back, people. I'm here, your host. Do I have a name? I don't know. Let me show you this. We got Crystal Moselle on the program. She is the creator of HBO's Betty. You better be watching that. Episode 2 airs tonight. You have plenty of time to catch up. Let me show you my candy. I got some snacks. For Crystal, I had to class it up a bit. This is not that. You'll see. She's a classy lady. I might have to bring this closer, see what happens. Let me see. Can you see this? Oh! These are nerds that are in gentle balance. I'm coming at you here. That's right. It's a yin-yang. No more. That was fun. I'm sure you enjoyed it. Maybe not as much as I did. I enjoyed making it. It was nerd art. And, I'm happy to be a nerd. Anyhow, what do we got? We got Now Later Chewies and Jolly Rancher Chewies. I want to talk about this for a moment. I think we need to be up close and personal for this one. Now Later Chewies and Jolly Rancher Chewies. Now and later. The Now Later Chewies are much chewier than a Now Later would be. The Jolly Rancher Chewies, I unwrapped them, might have eaten one. There it is. Nope. Anyhow, the Jolly Rancher Chewies are about as chewy as a Now Later would have been. So it all kind of works out. The only thing you don't have is the rock hard Jolly Rancher, sorry. But we do have Nerds, and those are pretty crunchy. A lot easier on your teeth than old school Jolly Ranchers. Now, I'm going to this is the cherry flavor. I'm going to take this with the strawberry. Nerds. Oh, wow. Let's talk about Crystal for a moment. It's kind of hard. It's like old Now Later. For those of you outside of the United States of America, if you don't know what these are, it's candy. I don't know what to tell you. It's just candy. Crystal Moselle has a show, as I said, called Betty. It's about a group of girls who skate in New York. I don't know what else it's about because I only saw the first episode. It's only been the first episode so far. But the girls themselves, the ladies, are from a crew called Skate Kitchen, which came together a while back. And Crystal's made 3 different things with them, a movie and a short and now this TV show. She's going to talk to you about it in the interview, and she'll do a much better job than I do. She's done a documentary called Wolfpack and a bunch of other work, and I think she's pretty cool. So let's get into it. Crystal Moselle, thank you for joining us on Snack Time. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, I'm sure you've had a busy couple weeks.
Yeah.
You're ready for a break? You're ready for a little snack, maybe?
Yes, I am ready for a little snack.
Well, before we get to what your snack is, let's just, your show Betty premiered on HBO last week. Mm-hmm. Episode 2 comes out tonight, as it's every Friday, right? So, congrats, and it's just been a whirlwind, right?
Yeah, because it's a project that I've been working on for 4 years.
Yeah.
So it started as a short film when I met the girls on the train, and then that turned into a feature film that is now turned into a TV show.
Right. Sorry, we had a little bit of noise outside the studio here. That work from home situation is hitting everyone up. So, hold on. I always do this. I get ahead of myself. Your snack. What did you bring to the table today? Oh, pickles. Miniature pickles.
I love them.
And do you actually be snacking on miniature pickles on a regular basis? I love that. Do you have something you want to tell us?
No.
You know they say pregnant women eat miniature pickles. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Possible. So. Yeah.
It's physically okay. Fine. I have some palmiers here. Oh, okay. These are palmiers, elephant ears,
Nice.
called pig ears sometimes. Also, I got these from Runner and Stone, who I'm just whoops. Look, they get lost in the other snack. Whoop.
It turns into the big old snack.
Yeah, that's my favorite bakery, and I love to get stuff from them. They don't even know. Actually, I'm gonna let them know we promote them. Okay, maybe I'll get a free croissant out of the deal. Okay, so back to bed. Nobody wants to hear about my life and how I acquire my snacks. They're here to listen to what the show is, how it got started, and how you're doing. So it started as a short, right? You said.
Yeah.
And you met the Skate Kitchen ladies. Were they actually called Skate Kitchen when you met them, or?
No, I met them on the train, and well, Rochelle had always had an idea to create a girl crew called Skate Kitchen. So
Okay.
we weren't like completely established like who the crew was together, but they like like had the idea for it, and I think when they did the short, they were able to create like the actual like crew. So we brought the girls together for the short, and they kind of band together and made the crew, and they became Skate Kitchen.
That's cool. So you're kind of like a member of Skate Kitchen. Fair, very fair to say, no?
Maybe like a mom.
Cool.
Honorary mother, older sister, whatever.
And then from the short came like the idea for a film, or did it just kind of sit around a bit?
I originally wanted to do a documentary, but for the short, we got this opportunity earlier on to make something and get like a budget from Mew Mew. So I did a sort of like a version of their lives inspired by their lives and created something new. And then after that, I still wanted to do a feature documentary, but I don't know, like the reaction from the short was so positive that I figured that I just turn it into a feature. So, and that's what happened.
Okay, but that's much easier said than done, isn't it? Takes a while, right? The writing, the selling it, and whatnot.
Yeah. Like after the short, that was like, I think in September was when I realized that I wanted to make the feature, and started looking for writers and kind of writing down initial ideas. Had like a treatment kind of script mint type of thing that was ready by January, and we went to Sundance and we went out to get money because we wanted to shoot it that following summer. And then we got like our exec producers on board at Sundance, and then continued to write until like maybe like March or April, and then we had it in a place where we could shoot it. So we kind of just like pushed forward like it was going to happen, and just trusted that we get the money because we had the talent, and we kind of just, I don't know.
You believed in the story, fair?
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, for me, I was like, we have to do this summer because they're in college and we can't shoot it in the fall because it starts to get cold, and the girls, like, they need to finish college. So, yeah.
And who doesn't love an NYC summer film or show? It's always so much nicer when you see them out in the summertime, right?
Yeah. The story was about them in the summer, and so we had to do it. We just had, I don't know, sometimes you just are like, we're going to do this. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And you get people on board and excited, and then the people with money get excited. But I think also having a short film that showed the tone and the girls and kind of like what it could be was helpful, because that's like what really like pushed, people that are skeptical about giving away money to give something to something they've already seen. So like a proof of concept, I think, is a great thing to have when you're trying to get money for a feature film.
That's some good advice for young filmmakers who are trying to get their idea across, huh? Just go out there and do it, and if you have a proof of concept, that'll make it easier. Yeah.
Yep.
And then how did it develop into Betty? How many times have you been asked this question in the last 2 weeks?
Several.
Okay. Well,
Um,
the SNS viewers also want to know.
Good. I'll let you know. So the film came out in theaters. So it got bought by Magnolia Pictures, and it came out in theaters. And my agent at UTA, Larry Sauls, who's my friend, also he suggested to the head of comedy to watch the film, and she watched it, and she was very impressed and loved it, and then they got a meeting with me, and then we talked about turning it into a TV show.
And you move forward. That's pretty. It's remarkable being on HBO. Like to me, as a as someone who's known you for a long time, one, and just as a fan, I guess I was aware of Skate Kitchen because of you, and knowing your, seeing your Instagram. It's just like the progression is amazing, and then just the idea that it's on HBO. It's like, what other network would you want to be on? I kind of feel like.
It's so wild, just the way that this project has unfolded. Um, I just I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that you just keep going forward and doing it and letting it be what it is, and trying to feel as much gratitude, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that's. I feel like we're incredibly lucky to be in this position, and for me, like I always want to. Whenever we're shooting, if we're shooting in a park, I always have the talent scouts go out and like find as many people from the park to have in that scene, so that we're giving back to the community. And I think it's like all these kids got to hang out for the summer and get paid and have a good time and stuff. So I think it's just you know there's a bigger message in the show, but it's also just like a real like hangout show.
Mm-hmm. I think New York City needs that, and you know a lot about that because I mean you come from that world. You might not have been in a skate crew or anything, but you come from that creative community in New York, and we need we need a big hang, especially right now. But in general, we need a big hang. And I do think the younger kids are managing and getting together and collaborating a lot, which I think is really cool. But I also think we need to show the world kind of
Yeah.
that vibe from New York because there hasn't been anything that's proper, that's done right, that shows that. And that was what was really cool about the first episode.
I mean, it's really hard to do that because you have to authentically show it, and because it can get corny really fast. And I'm sure there's parts of the show that might feel that way to some people, but
Mm.
for me, all I just tried to take from as many real stories as possible, real experiences, real things that happened to them, and work with as many kids that are actually in the New York City skate scene.
But you also surrounded yourself with what I think is your group of friends on the behind the scenes part as well to kind of make sure. I mean, probably just out of the sheer, your desire to work with them, but that also helps keep the stories strong, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it just has to feel real, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like in the
Well,
first episode, there's a backpack gets stolen, and they're all running around trying to find, like, that really happened to Rochelle.
oh, it did.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
that was.
like that in there going to try and find it. And they do stop at a store to get some. That is like stuff like that happens. You might be on a mission, but you have to. You might want to stop. It's like because I don't know. It's different here. It's not like you get in your car and you go just looking for the backpack. Other things happen.
Also, like, a bunch of like kids in New York, like all trying to like do something together. Like, you get sidetracks, and you
Yeah.
like, do this right now, and like, yeah, the whole I'm just gonna like smoke this joint, blah blah blah. Like, I just try to make it. I don't know. It was like it's like the one episode where like this is the caper episode, but the rest of the show is actually very different and actually builds to a story. But this is kind of just introducing their world and kind of trying to show these girls when they first meet and their relationship and kind of what brought them together. something like wild like this. And I actually remembered one of the references was actually when there's the New York City blackout, which actually is something that we wanted to try to do, but like it didn't work out. It just was too complex. But for me, like when the New York City blackout happened, I like went and hung out at the TF in East Village, and I remember there's like I literally met like 3 of my best friends from that experience. Like we just all hung out there and like drank 40s and chilled, and like those people became my friends for like very, very, very long time. So
I think that first day when the blackout first hit is a day. Excuse my crumbs. Is a day that like it goes down in infamy. You know, there's so many memories from that day. So many people linking up.
so many.
Yeah, and that really is a genuine New York experience. And I really honestly think I'm not gassing you. So I like to tell people I'm not gassing you. I honestly think you've been able to capture that with this show. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
How about we got to get into this. Farouk, Dora and the Explorers. Okay, watermelon, not water. Tell us about the casting of our buddy Reza.
I've been friends with Reza for like 15 years or something,
Mm-hmm.
and him and I've always been trying to do something together. Like I think we tried to do a show once. Like we did like little thing for Vice where we had the Reza meets the Riza, and I don't know. He just cracks me up. Like he just was. I don't know. He's like this really. He's actually like a very. I mean, he comes off like an asshole, and he can be a total fucking asshole, but he actually has like a really strong, deep heart.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking cares about people and is very sensitive and very vulnerable. And I think that he's very misunderstood. And I don't know. I was like, we gotta put him in this. We gotta put him in somewhere, and it just made sense.
And did you write that part for him, or was it just kind of came up?
No, I wrote it for him.
Yeah, it seems like it. I feel like there's a lot of ad libs coming in from him, which I love.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, yeah, like we had a script, and there was like definitely like some butting heads on set because he's like, I'm not gonna say this shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's fine. Just what would you say then? That's the whole thing. Like in a writer's room or when you're on set, like you can't. I'm okay if you're not okay with something. Just give me something to replace it with that works.
Speaking of writers, is this the first time you and Leslie Arfin worked together, or?
We tried to work together maybe about 12 years ago, and she wasn't even a writer at that point. She was, I mean, like a screenwriter, obviously.
Right.
And I was like, Leslie, like I want you to help me with the script that I'm trying to make, and we were kind of doing it for a second, but then I think she moved to LA or whatever. But I got her like final draft, and I was like, let's do this. But no, but it was, I think she was the perfect person because I don't know shit about. Sorry, I know we're not supposed to swear.
You can swear. It's just try to keep it a little family friendly.
I didn't know that much about the TV world, and she knows everything about the TV world.
Yeah, she's in it like completely now. I mean, so are you now, but
She taught me a lot, and it was a great learning experience.
That's great. That's great. Wow. Do you feel like you're a part of Hollywood now, like with making a feature film and this? I mean, you are, but is it like are you like, whoa, I'm part of this big machine, or how do you feel?
No, because there's like still things that I want that there's still like you have to be to certain like there's certain things that you want in Hollywood that you have to be at a certain level and or a man usually.
And or a man, that's a very good point. Yes.
So yeah, I mean I think it's like I'm in like the first steps of kind of figuring things out, but I'm also trying to change things and do things differently, and I think that that's something that is it's to shift things around. It's not pleasant. Let's just say that.
Have you already had? I don't want to like get too deep in something if you don't want, but have you already had encounters where it's like you're just you're baffled by how someone can't understand either the story you want to tell or that how many women are involved on your crew, whatever it may be.
No, no, no,
No, no,
no. This
no.
is the thing. We're at a place right now where people can't question that in Hollywood. They
Oh
might
yeah,
be
that's
questioning it in their heads, but they can't say it to you.
yeah.
If I'm like, give me a list of diverse ADs. Like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Like you have to go out and find that for me
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because nobody's gonna question that. Everybody knows that there's a big, huge elephant in the room.
You kind elephant ears. No, not to make light of that, but you kind of like stepped in at the perfect time. It feels like, you know what I mean. It's like, no, I'm here. This is what I want to do. You know, go and get me what I need. Maybe
Yeah.
not in such a negative way or tone, but I think that's kind of rad. How has I mean, it's when I say how has the skate community reacted, it's like the reaction has been years in the making because you had the short film, you were around these ladies a lot, you were documenting them a bit, you had the movie, you have this. So how has the kind of the hardcore or the skate community reacted? I should say the core skate community reacted.
Um.
Not to the fact I'm not trying to not any tropes, not to the fact that it's all girls or anything like that, but just to to the kind of the creative vision behind it.
I
And do
mean,
you care?
generally positive,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really know like the core skate community that well because they've never supported what we've done. So
Okay.
I mean, but I don't think this is for the core skate community
No.
because I don't think they're like interested in watching like a group of women find themselves. Like I don't. That's not like what's on their agenda for things to watch. But
Right.
um, like my friends that are like older, I've gotten a lot of messages from my friends that are older skateboarders that are men who love the show and feel like it's something that's important right now and how because I think that generally like skateboarders before it became mainstream they were that outsiders and the misfits and so I think that the older skateboarder men actually identify with these women and what they're going through. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Good.
I,
No, that makes
I
that
all we
makes a
can do
lot of
is like
sense.
push through.
What's that?
All we can do is push through. Like when you get a bunch of haters and people, trying to, come at you, like the only option is to push through unless you're gonna
Absolutely.
give up, which I'm not doing that.
I think we can leave it on that note. Wait, we're not leaving anything on anything. What is that behind you? I know enough about TV or to movies or whatever
My
it is.
office.
What's
It's my
that?
office. My
What
office. It's
you
not that
working on something special back there?
just a project.
Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Crystal, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Let the record show you ate one mini pickle. You were busy speaking. You were busy speaking. I'll say, okay, here she
The
goes.
whole entire time.
All right, you were talking. You were making room for me to speak. You're leaving room for me to speak. So thank you. Very generous of you. Thank you again for doing this. We will be watching Betty tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern, or I guess in every time zone it's at 11 p.m., isn't it, on HBO? And we'll continue watching. This is episode 2 comes tonight, and how many episodes this season? 8 or 10?
6.
6. Sorry, my bad. 6 episodes. Really looking forward to watching this. Again, thank you very much. Peace. How about that? That was pretty cool to me because, whoa, worked her ass off. Hello, amateur hour here. I'm not Crystal. I don't have a show on HBO. But I do have a show on Sneakersnstuff and Parks Department. So I think that's pretty dope to me. Okay, look, these two here are watermelon, Jolly Rancher soft, whatever, chewy Jolly Rancher, and a chewy now and later. Let's see what happens. Oh God. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be very good for my teeth. Mm, next week. Oh, last week. Are you still with us? Do you people watch up to the end, or do you just log off when the interview's over? I said that this week we're going to have a great musician on. Had to push that back. But we were lucky to get Crystal because her show just launched last week. And I was going to eat the grape now and later squishy thingy with the nerds, but that'll just have to be something I do on my own for myself, for my own amusement. Thank you for watching. This is Parks Department. This is SNS. We bring you snack time. It's a lot of fun for me. I hope it's fun for you guys. And we are going to be out till next week. Have a very good week. Peace.